Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today is tip 236, and it's kind of something that I've been thinking about, like creating my vision and my path, and thinking about how I'm moving forward since I've just come back from a weekend of getting information to kind of move forward. I kind of revisited like some of my tools and what I'm going to do to get myself ready so that in the next 6 months I can see more progress and continue moving forward. And I think one of the first things I'll kind of mention that I'm going to do, and we all know I'm visual, I like to see things, and Jeff Wickersham, from the book Rise, Fight, Love, Repeat, he actually got up with us early Saturday morning and did some routines of what he does to get his day started, because he is one of those, very similar to like Robin Sharma and some of the rest of us, you know, get up earlier, get your day started and get stuff under your belt. And he kind of actually talked about, and this is something I talked about in Unlimited with Zahar Mahoon too, is he talked about finding a superhero or someone to give you like a strength if your day seems to be stumbling a bit. And kind of what I did through that and through Zahar Mahoon is I'm going to create a new vision board. We all know I love my vision boards, and I'll just kind of give you an idea. But I decided that I was going to pick a superhero with red hair because I'm a natural redhead. I just happen to be blonde right now. But I put together some pictures that I'm going to put on the board at a later point in time. I like the idea of a blackboard because the colors are bright, and the reds and the fire and the flames. And I'm going to kind of make it like a phoenix at the bottom, and I'm going to have her, the superhero, coming out of it. But what I've also added is like little sayings that are motivational to me. So that's just a vision thing, and it's just if you're having a bad day, using meditation or vision or something to kind of shake you out of it or make you laugh or move forward. We have some of those in our group already. Like I was getting some messages yesterday from some people that just made me laugh and made me smile. Good morning, Upendra. So I think in knowing that we're all trying to accomplish so much, finding a way to make the journey fun helps you keep going along it. So in my case, I am going to create my little black board with my phoenix, my positive sayings, and my phoenix is going to come out with Starfire, which is a superhero with red hair. So she's supposed to have tons and tons of awesome qualities. And I'm like, I'm going to channel my inner Starfire. But I just like stuff like that. And I think it's because as an accountant, good morning, Lori. Good to see you. Miss Lori made it. I know she's a busy girl too. But I decided for me, so I'll show Lori this. We know that Jeff Wickersham recommends that we find a superhero. So I'm going to actually put my superhero on the black board. I picked Starfire, a redhead, and I'm going to put positive sayings. So I'm going to make a phoenix. That's why I have pictures of phoenix. And I'm going to have Starfire coming out of it with all kinds of positive sayings. Because for me, I am visual, and I love to look at things. Like if I'm having a bad moment, I think the reason that stuff appeals to me is a number cruncher, bean counter, I use a certain side of my brain all the time. So if I'm struggling, sometimes shifting to the other side of my brain gives me a chance to kind of clear the cobwebs and come at it fresh. And I have vision boards all over. I have one with 4-leaf clovers because that's meaningful to me. It was time I spent with my grandmother finding clovers. That was just something we always did. And that was her chance to connect with us. So I like to have pictures, things to move forward. And I'm going to add to it the inspirational sayings or the things to help me move forward, because for me, it feels good. But what I kind of thought about is, what am I going to do so that starting right now today, I'm reining in my habits and I'm fine-tuning things so that I'm moving forward with all the wonderful information that I got this past weekend. So revisiting, I think that we've developed most of us have started to develop some great habits from being with Doc V, and I'm going to like just refine it in that I'm going to use the vision board as just a way to kind of make me smile or uplift me if the day is a struggle. But then the next thing I'm going to do is, we all know I love my journals, and I'm going to start continuing with this. And yeah, I love these color tabs and everything, but I'm going to have a section which is a master list of all the tasks I need to do, big or small, whether it's contact D&B to get a DUNS number for my business, or whether it's to read a chapter of a book, or whether it's to there's all kinds of things I need to do. So I'm going to get a big master list, And then I'm going to have a separate journal that I'm going to use for gratitude and thankfulness. But also as part of that journal, I want to make sure I'm hitting 3 things off that master to-do list every single day. And what that's going to do is it's going to let me make small progress. And that's why the to-do list is going to have big and small. If a day gets away from me, I should be able to find 3 small things to chunk off. But I want to use those 2 tools so that no matter what starts spinning out of control, I have something to kind of grab a hold of, to hold on to and move forward. And I think that for all of us, if we find some kind of a pattern in our lives, it feels good, because no matter what your day brings, you start it accomplished and you feel like you're making momentum. Like everyone knows, and I've said this before, but I've already walked with my mom this morning. We do that every morning before I ever start my work day. I get up between 4 and 5 a.m. every single day, make the bed. I make sure my waters are ready. Part of what I do is I use 2 big 64-ounce water containers, because my goal is to get those both drank every day. So I look at things to put together, like Jeff Wickersham. Since I get up and I walk with my mom, I make sure my clothes are out. So anything that you can start to do to get your day planned so that you can move forward. But I think having fun things and having routines that are easy to meet, and then the things that are more challenging, so that there's always, so that it's not like every day is, oh, I've got to do it again. You want to kind of balance it to have fun with it. I do think, for me, the vision boards are important. The to-do list, I like to see everything in one place. That's why I'm going to have a master list. But to look at that every day, it would overwhelm me. So all I'm going to use that for is to pull 1 or 2, 3. My goal is 3 things a day to put on my other journal, my thankfulness journal, just to show that I accomplished something. And the thankful journal is something I think we all need, because I am finding, and Doc V has told us, that if you're thankful and grateful, and we all know this, if you put your mind in that place and you feel good about yourself and you feel good about helping others and you feel good about moving forward yourself, it does make your day better. So I know that even if my day starts feeling uncomfortable, well, hi, Beverly, it's good to see you. Miss seeing you. Tonight we would have saw you in group, but I know we don't have you anymore. But we miss you. But that gratitude journal and that thankfulness journal, that tool helps me to feel good if I'm struggling or having a rough day. And I think it's because all of us do, and we talked about that this weekend too. We all have, I think most all of us have an inherent need to help others. And if you have your thankfulness journal and your appreciation journal, it kind of brings you back into, I guess, the core of what I think we all are. So I think that's a tool that I need to keep close by me. So what I'm going to do is add these to the things that I already have. I get up between 4 and 5 a.m. And generally 4 a.m. We already made our bed, exercised, meditated, and journaled. Yeah, and I've done all those things too. I got up, I made the bed, I walked with my mom, I meditated, I journaled. I thought of what I'm going to do to kind of move forward on my journey. And I know a lot of these things seem repetitive, but what I'm finding is I think sometimes we have to keep saying them to ourselves. Good morning, Jan. Good to see you. We got to keep saying these things to ourselves and reminding ourselves. And every time something comes up, even if it sounds like a repeat to you, try to grab one little tip on it and refine your journey so that you're moving forward still. There's so much to accomplish. And I think that there's never going to run out of things for us to accomplish. So if we can start those routines, my daily routine has always been now, since earlier this year, that I get up at 4 a.m. I make the bed. I make sure I do 2 64 ounces of water. I meditate, I journal, I do all that before work. Now in the past few months, I've added that I walk with my mom every morning. So we've been doing that. So that added into my journey, probably about 4 or 5 months in. Now, since I've gone to this weekend thing, what's the next step I'm going to do? I've always done the journaling and the thankfulness. But the next step I'm going to add to it is having that master list of to-do, and then I'm going to put 3 things a day. If it gets to the end of the day, I just want to have some simple things on there too, just so I can feel accomplishment. But if I can tack them down, it lets me keep moving forward. Again, I do not recommend keeping your master list with what you're trying to do each day, because that can be overwhelming. But think about what your routine is right now today, and what can you tweak, and what can you add in that's fun, because I think sometimes we don't add the fun. And for me, I think this idea of this black poster board, and I'm going to have the phoenix that's with starfire rising out of it with all these positive sayings on it. I know for some people that would be childlike, but for me, that's fun. This accounting brain every once in a while needs to shut down and have some fun. And I use these vision boards when my mind has gotten caught up in a problem. I use them to kind of pull myself away, look at something fun, and then I can dig back in again. Anyone who does what I do for a living knows that if you get caught up into it, we kind of call it that you're looking at the tree and you don't see the forest. When we need to pull away from the tree to see the forest, we all know we have to walk away, because you will waste so much time staring at the tree and never see what your issue is. And so I'm hoping that some of these tools will help you. But my advice would be, look at your morning routine right now. If you don't have a routine, then make a commitment today to have a routine, and pick one thing that you're going to do every single day. And then each probably 2 or 3 months, add something to that routine. My routine first started with nothing more than getting up at 5 a.m. And now my body is laughing at me because it says at 4 a.m., I'm ready to go. So I don't even need the alarm half the time, because I just wake up. But that has progressed for me from waking up at 4 a.m. to journaling and meditating and walking with my mom and making the bed. And so all these things, little by little, added on. So don't make it overwhelming. Find something fun in it, like my poster board. Add little by little so that you can keep it going. My historical problem is I want to do it all every single day, right from day one. I'm going to be the queen of all, and I'm going to master 25 things in one day. But all that ever intended to do was to disappoint me. So pick one thing. If you don't have a routine already, pick one thing to start your routine. Find something to make it fun, and start moving down the road. And I'm sure I'll bring this up again somewhere down the line so we can check in. And then every month or two, if we just add something to it, it becomes fun. Like when we were talking, and Jeff Wickersham was with us this weekend, and he talked about his routine, I felt good and going, oh yeah, that's part of my routine already. Oh yeah, that's part of my routine already. Oh yeah, that's part of my routine already. So it feels good when you start to recognize that you have been making success. So pick one thing. If you don't have a routine already, just pick one thing that'll be something that you do every morning. And a month down the line or 2 months down the line, add to it. And it's amazing what you'll see a year from now. If I hadn't started this process, I would not be where I'm at right now. I would not have lost weight. I would not have started down paths to dreams that I've had for a long time that I'd closed the door on. So use this as a time to start a new path. It's the fall, and like Doc says, we all go into a new season with a new chance to ready ourselves. And for those of us in the US, we're going to go into a winter season. So if you get your routines together now, it'll be easier to keep them when the days get shorter and it's dark longer. If you have that routine, it might be something that you can grab so that you don't fall into the remote blanket, hot cocoa in front of the TV for 4 hours. So, and that's probably a low estimate. So give yourself a chance to make some changes. I get really excited when I start to see that I've made progress, and sometimes I forget till I have a revisit from some kind of a training. So along the way, we can all share with each other what we've accomplished and what we're headed towards, because there's a lot out there that none of us have experienced yet. And together it will be exciting to share. You guys have a beautiful day, and I'm looking forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.